Today, we're going to look at how to dispense Honeywell blowing agents from a 10 or 50-pound returnable cylinder. Before working with any liquid under pressure, be sure to familiarize yourself with the safety data sheet and wear the proper personal protective equipment or PPE. This includes, but is not limited to, safety glasses with side shields, solvent-resistant gloves, and appropriate clothing. Wear additional PPE if necessary. Avoid contact with eyes, skin, and clothing, and do not breathe mist or vapors. To connect to the 10 or 50-pound returnable cylinder, you must first obtain the correct fitting. The outlet thread on the cylinder valve conforms to the Compressed Gas Association or CGA standard, specifically CGA 165, also known as quarter-inch flare. If you don't have the proper fitting and/or hose assembly, please contact your Honeywell technical service representative at 1-800-631-8138. After you confirm that you have the correct fitting or hose assembly, remove the valve thread cap from the liquid valve by rotating it counterclockwise to expose the CGA 165 connection. Liquid is dispensed from the valve labeled liquid, which is usually red. Attach the fitting or hose assembly to the flared valve connection on the cylinder by rotating it clockwise on the threads. While holding the tubing, place the open end of the tubing assembly into the container. Pre-cooling the container will reduce evaporative losses of the material, but isn't necessary. Note that it's not recommended to transfer Solstice GBA into an open container. Turn the liquid or red valve counterclockwise to dispense liquid, which will flow from the open end of the tube. You can also dispense material directly into the polyol premix. To do this, hold the tubing at least halfway under the liquid level, and then, while the agitator is on, open the liquid valve by turning the handle counterclockwise. Again, pre-cooling the polyol premix will reduce evaporative losses. After you finish transferring the desired amount of Solstice blowing agent from the cylinder, close the valve and allow all the material in the tubing assembly to drain into the container. Disconnect the tubing assembly from the cylinder. Do not dispose of the tubing assembly, as it can be reused for future transfers. If placed in storage, put the filled, sealed container in the refrigerator below 15 degrees Celsius. Be sure not to store it in the same refrigerator with food, and don't store Solstice GBA in an open container. Use of a sealed, pressure-rated container is required. Finally, replace the valve thread cap. When the cylinder is empty, return it to Honeywell according to our cylinder return instructions. If you have any questions about dispensing Honeywell blowing agents from a 10 or 50-pound returnable cylinder, please contact your Honeywell representative or use the contact information shown here.